Okay, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to graph quadratics given in vertex form. Okay, graphing quadratics equations in vertex form, and this is vertex form. Y is equal to a parentheses x minus h square plus k. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how to graph two of them, three equations. These two are easy and these are more challenging. Okay, so first let me show you how you graph the first two, and then I'll show you one that is more challenging. Basically, one where you have parentheses. Okay, so let me do first equation. Now, right underneath the given equation, I'm going to write y is equal to a x minus h square plus k. Basically, what I did is I wrote this equation over again right here. Okay, so now what this tells me the following. This is my a. This will give you the h value, and this will give you the k value. So this tells me that a is equal to -2. And the h value, this many of you look at it as a minus. Think of it as the opposite. So what it's asking you, what is the opposite of plus 4? The opposite of plus 4 is -4. And the k value is not opposite, it's the same. So the k value will be 4. Okay. So the only tricky part you have to remember is the the h value. H value should be the opposite. Should be the opposite. Okay. Now, once you do that, you are to do a transformation table. And this is my transformation table. Okay. What you need to know is the following. This part of the problem is always the same. It never changes. So, in this graph, this would always be the same. The parent. The parent would always be the same. And in this case, the parent will be y is equal to x squared. Is if you're a parabola, it's always that's the parent. Now the way you do it is if x is 0, what is y? If x is 1, what is y? If x is 2, what is y? So let's do x equal to 0, put 0 in here. 0 square will give you 0. So y will be 0. If x is 1, 1 square will give you 1. And if x is 2, 2 square will give you 2. Okay, so this will be the same for all of them. The parent is always, you're always going to use these points 0, 0, 1, 1, and 2. I'm sorry, I messed up right here. Should have been 2. 2 square will give you a 4. Okay, so the parent is always x squared and y is equal to x squared, and you always use the same points. Now I'm gonna take this and I'm going to stretch or compress it. Okay, the formula is ay. And this problem, the a value will be -2. So this will be -2y. So -2 multiplied by the y value. We're talking about these y values. So if I put in 0, y is 0. So 0 times -2 will give you 0. Y is 1. So 1 times -2 will give you -2. Now the y value is 4. The y value is 4. 4 times -2 will give you -8. Okay, so that is a stretch. I stretch it by a factor of -2. Now translation in mathematics, what that means is I'm gonna move it. I'm gonna move it horizontally, and then I'm gonna move vertically. Okay, so for horizontally, the formula is x plus h, and in this case, the h value is -4. So the problem becomes x minus 4. So take the x value and take the x value and subtract 4 from it. So if x is 0, 0 minus 4 will give you. If x is 1, 1 minus 4 will give you. And if x is 2, 2 minus 4 will give you. Now, let's do the vertical translation, vertical movement. Y plus k in this value, in this problem, k is 4. So I have y plus 4. So, to the problem, take the y values and add 4 to them. Now, this is very important. I don't go back, I'm not talking about these y values. I'm talking about the stretch y values. I'm talking about these y values. Okay, so 0 plus 4 will give you. Now y is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 will give you. And y is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 4 will give you. Okay, now you're done. You just graph this part of the problem and that's it, you're done. I'm gonna graph this. Now what you're gonna do the following. This will be the, if I think of the order pair, these will be the x-axis and these will be the y values. So make them as an order pair. Now for the graphing is you want to do, this is my x-axis and this will be my y-axis. Now the first point, x is negative 4 and y is positive 4. If x is negative 4, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left because it's negative, and y is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next point, the x value is negative 3, 1, 2, 3, and my y value is 2, 1, 2. X negative 3 and y is 2. Next value, x is negative 2, 1, 2, and y value is negative 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I connect point 1 to point 2 and 2 to number 3, my graph will look something like this. Now, the problem is I only have half of the problem. The other half is I need to copy it. Now, what's going to help me a lot is the axis symmetry. Find the first point, and that is a vertex. The axis symmetry always, always, always passes through the vertex. So this line right here that I used to right now, that is the axis of symmetry. And what that is, that behaves like a mirror. So I'm gonna copy this side over here. Now to help me, I'm gonna use the axis symmetry. That this is between the axis symmetry and 1 is 1, go 1 the other direction. That this is between this line and this point is 2, go 2, 1, 2. Now connect the first 2 points together. Connect the second to the third point. And that is my answer. Okay. And that is the graph. Okay. So next problem, next example that I have for you is the following. Equation y is equal to, let me put over here so it doesn't interfere with my view over here. Okay, so I'm gonna be graphing this equation right here. So my equation is y is equal to that. Okay, first thing I need to do is I need to find the a, the h, and the k value. So to do that, to help me right underneath, I'm gonna write y is equal to a parentheses x minus h quantity square plus k. So what this tells me is the following. Okay, the first equation looks very, very similar to the second equation. So this tells me the a value. This is my a value. A value is 3. So my a is 3. This tells me the h value. H value is, remember, it's not negative. That means the opposite. So what it's asking you, what is the opposite of negative 2? The opposite of negative 2 is 2. And the k value is 4. So first thing is find the a, h, and k. Once you find that, you get a transformation table. And the way you're going to do the transformation table is just complete right here. So I'm going to do the following. Remember what I told you, the parent is always 0, 1, 2. Now the parent is y is equal to x squared. So now, if x is 0, what is y? Well, I'll put 0 in here. 0 squared will give you 0, so y is 0. If x is 1, 1 squared will give you 1. If x is 2, 2 squared will give you 4. Now I'm going to stretch what I have. So the stretch formula for stretch is a y. In this case, a is 3. So it's 3y. So that means 3 times y. So y is 0. 3 times 0 will give you 0. Y is 1. 3 times 1 will give you 3. And y is 4. 3 times 4 will give you 12. Now let's do the translation or the movement. The formula first horizontal, x minus x plus h. X and h in this case is 2, so it's x plus 2. Take these x values and you're going to add 2 to them. So 0 plus 2 will give you 2. X is 1. 1 plus 2 will give you 3. And 2 plus 2 will give you 4. Now, the vertical movement. Y, k in this case is 4. K plus 4. Y plus 4. Take the y values, you're going to add 4 to them. So y, and I'm going to be using these y values, the stretch ones. Now the regular ones, the stretch. So 0, 0 plus 4 will give you 4. 3 plus 4 will give you 7. And 12 plus 4 will give you 16. Okay, now x is 2, 3, 4, and y is 4, 7, and 16. Put in your coordinate axis. I need x right here. And y is only positive, so I need, all I need is this y. So this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. Now, to do the graph, I'm gonna be graphing this. Remember, this is x is 2 and y is 4. X is 3 and y is 7. X is 4 and y is 16. So if x is 2, you're gonna go 1, 2. If y is 4, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the first point. Second point, x is 3. Go 3 in the positive direction, and y is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next point, x is 4 and y is 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. One more will be give you 16. I need to move up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now, when you graph it, connect point 1 to point 2 and connect point 2 to point 3. Now we have the same problems we had before. You only have half of the parabola. I need the other half, so you just copy it. Put your mirror or the symmetry where the first point is. So this is my mirror or my axis symmetry. Label it. That is axis of symmetry. Now the distance between this line and this point is 1. Go 1 in the opposite direction. The distance between this line and this point, between the axis symmetry and that point is 2. 1, 2. Go to the opposite direction. Connect 1 and 2 together and connect to 2 and 3. And that is your graph. Okay, so as you can see, most of the work, this is the key. If you cannot find the A, H, and K, you cannot do the problem. Once you find that, is use the transformation table. Now, transformation table is not a lot of work. All you're doing is multiplying, adding, and subtracting. That's it. That's simple. Okay. Last example is, what if they gave you a fraction? Okay. What if the problem has a fraction in it? How would that change? Okay. The fact that there's a fraction, it makes it a little bit more complicated, but not that much. Okay. Right underneath that, I'm going to write is, what I'm going to write, the equation is y is equal to a x minus h square plus k. So what this tells me is the following. The a value is negative 1/2. A is equal to negative 1/2. Now find the h value. This gives me the h value. And remember what I told you, the h is not minus, but it is the opposite. So what is the opposite of 4 is negative 4. Now what is the k value? K value is, this is a k value. And it's not opposite, should be the same. The same of 3 is 3. Okay? Once you find the a, the h, and the k, next thing you should be doing is the table transformations. So this is my table transformations. And here's what I'm going to do. Okay. You're always, the parent is always equal to y is equal to x squared. So if x is 0, the parent is y is equal to x squared. So if x is 0, what is y? If x is 1, what is y? If x is 2, what is y? So you put in 0, 0 for x squared. 0 times 0 x squared will give you 0. Now x is 1. 1 squared will give you y is equal to 1. If x is 2, 2 squared will give you 4. Okay? And I don't know if you noticed, but in all the three problems that I've done, the previous two problems, these numbers are always the same. Now the stretch is a y. In my case, a is negative 1/2, so I'm gonna have negative 1/2 and y. So that means take the y values and multiply by negative 1/2. Okay, so y is 0. 0 times negative 1/2 will give you 0. Y is 1. Negative 1/2 times 1, anything times 1 gives you the same answer, negative 1/2. Now, a negative 1/2 multiplied by 4, negative 1/2 multiplied by 4 If that's a fraction, make this a fraction. Now you just multiply zero across. Negative 1 times 4 will give you 4. 2 times 1 will give you 2. And the negative. Now, how many times does 2 go into 4? So the answer is negative 2. Okay, so the fraction makes it a little bit more complicated, but it doesn't make it that much complicated. Okay, now let's do the translation. Remember that means I'm gonna move up or down. So x plus h, x, now h is minus 4. So instead of plus h, I'm gonna put in negative 4. Now, take the x value and subtract 4 from it. X is 0. 0 minus 4 will give you negative 4. 1 minus 4 will give you negative 3. And negative 2, I'm sorry, 2 minus 4 will give you negative 2. Now the vertical movement, y plus k, y, and in our problem k is 3, so k plus 3. So what that's telling me is take the y values and add 3 to them. Very important, not the regular y's, but the stretch y's. So 0 plus 3 will give me 3. 3 minus a half will give you 2 and 1 half. If you don't see how I got 2 and 1 half, think about it this way. If you have 3 chocolate bars, 1, 2, 3, and out of those 3 chocolate bars, I'm going to take away half of it. So if I take half of this chocolate bar, this is gone. What's left over? 1, 2 and a half. That's why I get 2 and a half. Okay. So if you must use some of the skills you learn in elementary school, use them. Okay. That's the best way I can show you how I got 2 and 1 half. Now, yeah, y is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 will give you 1. Okay, now I'm gonna graph this. Write this as an order pair. This is my x value. This is my y value. Graph this. Graph this. I don't expect any problems. If there's any problems, this is slightly complicated. Okay, but let me explain to you, and it's very simple. All the x's are negative, so and all my y's are positive. So when I do this, my x-axis will be right about here, and my y-axis will be right about here. Okay, all my y's are positive, so I only need positive. If you look at these, they're all positive. All my x's are negative, so I need a lot of negatives in here. Okay, so now to go ahead and graph it, x is negative 4 and y is negative 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Next point, negative 3, 2 and a half, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 and a half, 1, 2 and a half will be right about the middle. Now x is negative 2, 1, 2, and y is 1. That'll be 1. Now connect 1 to 2 and connect point 2 to number 3. And your graph's gonna go something like this. Now there's a problem. I only have half of the problem. I need the other half. I need the axis symmetry to help me. The axis symmetry always goes to the first point. You need to draw it because it makes it easier to copy the other side. So this is my axis of symmetry. So now let's copy the other side. What is the distance between this line and this point? The distance is 1, go 1 the other direction. What is the distance between this point and this line? The answer is 2, 1, 2. Now, I'm not doing this randomly. This point is this point, and this point is this point. Okay, So I'm not doing it randomly, okay? That's I only have 2 points, so I copy those 2 points. Now I just copy, trace it, connect the first point to the second point, and connect the second to the third point. And that's it. That's your graph. Okay. So as you can see, the key is first of all you need to find out what A, H, and K is. Once you find it, use the A, the H, and the K, and that's gonna give you the new graph. Okay. Hopefully this will help you to understand how to graph the vertex form of the equation. If you need to watch the video again and again and again. Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.